Gentlemen, enchanté. A tip of the hat from your power rankings expert, Eric Johnson, manager of Doo Doo Butter, everyone's favorite fantasy team. Let's get this started. We're going to keep this simple, pretty short. And before we do that, I just want to say the Low Down Dirty, Jason's band, released their album today, September 5th. I've heard it. It slaps, as the kids say. So go get it, buy it, love it, make love to it. Not the actual music, but while have sex while the music's playing. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get it started with number 8. Not surprising anyone, didn't do nothing. Old Corey Johnson, my brother, my flesh and blood. Get your priorities straight, man. When you got a fantasy football draft going on, kids come second. Now, for real, you did pretty good to be handling a hysterical baby. So, but there was a few picks, and they were not very good. Worst tight end situation in the league by far. Robert Tunyon, more like ton of shit. That's what I call him. But you did start behind the 8 ball. Whoever you took over the team for, the way they drafted last year just wasn't good enough to give you any keepers. Oops, never mind. It was you. So moving on, number 7. Surprisingly, down so low, Dean. It's the Dean team. Initially, looking at our teams like right after the draft, I was like, oh, hell yeah. I like Dean's team a lot. And then actually diving into it today, don't like it. It's like when Will Ferrell has the fancy sauce in Step Brothers. I don't like it. Best wide receiving core in the league. Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown, not Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf. Doesn't get much better than that. James Robinson as your number 1 running back. It gets a hell of a lot better than that, but it doesn't get much worse than that. Running backs are important for fantasy football, Dean. Just free piece of advice. Maybe draft more. I'm just saying. 0 RB does not work. Okay, moving on. Number 6. Probably should have been 8th or so. VA Cowboy. Bryson, what happened, man? Why did you draft so bad? It was fucking awful. Awful. You killed your draft with reaches it was like you were drowning in a well or something, You're like, help me, I'm reaching. It was not great. Anytime you draft Sony Michel, whether it's an 8-team, 20-team, 45-team league, you have reached on that player. Sony Michel is trash. And you took him in like the 8th round of our draft. So reach of the night, Bryson. I do actually like your depth wide receivers, though. Chase Claypool, Henry Ruggs, and Jalen Waddle are potential like league-winning type Justin Jefferson in 2020 type players. So I like that a lot. I like a little risk kind of towards the end of the draft. But, dude, Sony Michel, really? Really? You know better. Number 5, the fuck-ups. Nick, I'm so proud of you. That was a solid draft, my man. Very, very proud of you on that one. You still, your home team bias is still showing. You did take Corey Davis and Michael Carter way too early, maybe a few rounds too early. The only way you can be home team bias is if you're like a Cowboys fan, a Chiefs fan, or a Bills fan, somebody like that actually has like a lot of good options. Maybe Bills aren't the greatest thing to say, but a lot of good options on their team for fantasy. So if you're going to be that way, maybe choose a different team than the Jets. Piece of advice. This team is destined. This team is destined to make it to the playoffs and lose in the first round. Number 4, Big Chill Squad, Jason Mitchell. We're supposed to be podcast co-hosts together. You fucking embarrassed me, and more importantly, you embarrassed yourself with this drafting. I'm not sure what happened. I'm going to ask myself a question. Hey, Eric, have you ever seen a wide receiving core this bad in an 8-team league? Why, Eric, no, I haven't. It's fucking trash. Okay, so back to the conversation we're having at hand here. What the fuck? What are you doing? Your wide receiving core is just god awful. But I will give you props. You have the best running back core in the entire league. Damian Harris as your fifth running back that's Mr. Nasty Time. Like Uncle Elroy. Mr. Nasty Time. No, my Xbox just cut on randomly. Not sure why. Not sure why. Number 3, Mini Chapos, Carlos. Hey, man. I like this team a lot, actually. Like, a lot. Love the running backs, especially for our league settings. We're 0.25 points per reception. Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, Gus Edwards, none of the three of them really are target hogs. They're not going to catch the ball too much. They're going to have a shitload of carries, shitload of yards, and a shitload of touchdowns. So I like that a lot. Just not a lot of like sexy names on this roster. There's no like breakout stars or like darlings of the offseason, but like a really solid team going to get the freaking job done. I mean, very blue collar. I think that's what it is. Unlike those $1 million homes that Carlos is peddling off to people. The only reason you're not second, is because you got a linebacker on the bench. You don't need an extra linebacker on your bench. At worst, think about it this way. There's 8 linebackers that are started in this league. At worst, you can go on the waiver wire and get the 9th best linebacker. Get another freaking offensive player on your team, man. I shouldn't be telling you that because I don't want you to win, but come on, dude. You got to be smarter than that. Number 2, Destruction 2.0, rising to the top from the ashes like a phoenix. Love to see it. Dude, you nailed this draft. You absolutely nailed this draft. I love this team all around. Great depth at running back and wide receiver. He's got great IDPs as well. Rolling the dice a bit with 3 of your running backs here. Raheem Mostert, constantly injured. They just drafted a rookie running back in the 3rd round. Myles Gaskin. Can his 200-pound frame hold up through the whole season? Does Miami actually – are they going to make him like the bell cow back? And Mike Davis, he is very like the epitome of average running back, but he is a starter for a really good offense. So there's a better than 0% chance that all 3 of them aren't starting for their teams at the end of the season. That's all I'm saying. Wide receivers, man, they're locked in and bussin', as the kids say. Bussin'. Moving on to number 1, you all know who it is. You knew who it was going to be. Me. Doo-doo butter. Number 1. I mean, y'all have had it right. I told y'all I was going to outdraft everybody, Jason. I told you that specifically. And that's what I did. I mean, my team, just take a look at it. Go ahead. Look at it now. Take a look. Okay, you threw jizzing in your pants. You are. Okay, perfect. So, I mean, obviously I'm number 1 team. It's not even close. Just kidding, man. But I do think personally I have the best team, but I think it's very close between literally everybody. So excited for football with you guys again this year. It's going to be so much fun. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video here. Hopefully I didn't hurt anybody's feelings. Just making jokes. But yeah, man, this was fun. Y'all be good. Thursday night, baby. Let's go Cowboys. We're going to take down the fucking reigning world champions. Y'all be good, boys, and I'll see y'all again next week.